Welcome, everyone. Glad you could join us today. Just want to remind you that this meeting is being recorded and recordings will be sent out afterwards. If you do have any questions during this workshop, please feel free to hit that chat button at the bottom. Put your question in the chat and we will address them as they come up. Oh, and for the sake of the meeting, everyone, please keep your mics on mute. If you do have any questions, like I said, please put them in the chat. And today we're going to be looking at AI-driven CRO. Okay, my name is Sean. I'm an e-commerce growth specialist here at the CommerceShop, and we also have Karthik on the call, who is the CTO at the CommerceShop. We'll be going through the workshop. Improvements in the homepage, search, category page, and product page that can turn your website into a conversion powerhouse. So in this workshop, we're going to look at each page, the sections of the page, and then discuss why they are important. At the end, we're going to go over some case studies, some real world stories, and there's also a special offer at the end too, so stick around for that. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at the homepage. Now, as you know, the homepage, this is your first impression and first. So you want to put your best foot forward. You want your optimized homepage because it builds trust. It'll spark in your product or your service, and it moves users deeper into your sales funnel. So you really want to catch your attention, create a friendly environment, something familiar, not overwhelming, something they can easily navigate through to start to build their trust and move them. You want to drive discovery, engagement, and conversions by getting the homepage experience right. Because a bad first impression, that's money out the door. Okay. So the impact areas of the homepage, first there is the hero section, the here's and the value proposition, the area above the fold. What also is important to the website and your homepage is the navigation and search. You want to have trust signals and social proof behind your product and your company to build brand loyalty and trust within the buyer. You want your product discovery blocks to be there, to be convenient, not overwhelming. And also, if you have any promotions or offers, it's good to have that on the homepage. You want your homepage optimized for mobile. So you want to focus on your page speed. Are your images loading quickly, videos loading quickly? A slow experience is going to cause a higher bounce rate. And also, you want your social and your brand storytelling. What sets you apart from the competition? Are you more environmentally friendly? Are you more socially conscious? Like, what about your brand should drive sales? Is it the quality of the product, or is it also your experience, your commitment to the environment, social, how can I say it? Social activities, organizations. So you want to do what you kind of set yourself apart and really, create a customer that's going to stick and come back. So in the hero section, like I said, the section above the fold, you want to have your clear value proposition laid out. You want your high impact imagery or videos, but you also want those optimized for your site speed. You have your primary CTA, that's like your shop now, your explore, your menus, and your trusted elements. If you have any types of ratings, badges, certifications, put them up there in clear view to help build that trust. Now, navigation and search, this is one missing a lot of websites. They're starting to minimize a little bit. It's just a small icon in the corner. You want to be conscious that if it is just the icon, you don't want it to get lost in the sauce. So have it set apart, have it stand out, easy to find. You want to be intuitive and a simplified menu structure while they are searching. And like I said, a prominent search bar with autocomplete. Autocomplete is a big help. So you can bring up with different apps and different search features. You can definitely make that experience better. So you could autocomplete, show possible matches, show categories. There's a lot you can do within that search bar and the functionality of it. And even you can include some AI features. And like I said before, you want to highlight your categories, like are there best sellers, something new, is something back in stock? So that's where you can also draw attention to that. And you mobile friendly navigation behavior. So you definitely want to be testing your mobile site. We've seen a lot. The desktop is great, but when you go to the mobile, you're constantly clicking back and forth within
Sean,
the menu.
I think I mean, for me, your voice is slightly breaking. I mean, if anyone able to hear clearly, or it's just from my side, and just wanted to confirm that.
I can hear clear. Let me reconnect my headset real quick.
No, that's fine. I mean, like, if everyone could hear clearly, can you put your thumbs up? I mean, you guys could hear clearly. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure whether it's just from my side or it's happening for everyone.
Hey, can you hear me, Karthik?
Yeah, it's good now, Sean. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you about that. So, do you want me to like go back and recap or?
That's fine. We can continue.
Okay, okay. So then moving on to the trust signals, like I said, you want social proof. That's where we're gonna pull in your reviews if you have them. If you have any security badges, put those up. Any certifications, also payment logos to show who you're working with. If you have any as seen in, as seen on logos or brand partners, that's a great section to have. Highlight where your products or your services have appeared that people might recognize. Is it other websites, major websites, TV, media? And then also you can highlight free shipping, return messages to build those trust signals. So let them know that when they purchase from you, they know what's going to happen if there is an issue. Also, in the product discovery blocks, you want to feature products or collections that are popular. So you want to look at what's trending, are there best sellers, new arrivals, and also personal recommendations too. If you do have any AI features built into your website too, that's another way you can build in personalized recommendations. And also focusing on promotional banners and offers, you might want to highlight time-sensitive deals, urgency or scarcity. Is something selling out? Are you preparing for a major holiday coming up? What is it that can gather some interest and get them to pursue the checkout? You can do that. Maybe you want to offer discount codes, free shipping, or promotions, and also personalized banners, so you could tap into locations, etc. You have your social and brand storytelling. So this is where you want to really build up your company. Why us? Why should they shop with you? Or is there a brand promise section? What is your brand trying to do, trying to accomplish? You want a quick intro to the values, sustainability, and craftsmanship within the company. And also, you can embed social feed or influencer collaborations in this section. And then looking at mobile optimization and page speed. Like I said before, you want to make sure the pages are loading fast, especially above the fold, because that's the first impression. Slower load times, if it's a slow search function, slow time looking through the results, looking through the products, people might bounce. You want to make sure it's optimized for mobile first interactions. So again, highlighting that fast load speed. And lazy loading is a great tool for media heavy elements. So if you do have more like larger pictures, or if you do have video, lazy loading can help with that, especially if it's below the fold. And then there's also the on-site search and the CRO breakdown analysis of that. So like I mentioned before, so shoppers who use search are high intent and closer to purchase. So it's a powerful, intuitive search experience, will drive faster product discovery and reduce drop-offs. You can boost conversion rates by making it easy to find the right product quickly. So if you look at the image here, like I said, utilizing the search, sometimes you can also, depending on the search that you have, include the products, include categories. There's a lot you can do with this pop-up menu when you start your search. So take advantage of this space. So the core impact areas for the search, it's the search bar visibility and placement. If there's an autocomplete and predictive suggestions, error tolerance and smart typo handling, search results, relevance, and ranking, no results handling. What do you do in that situation? The search speed, UX flow, and then the search analytics and optimization. Okay, and also here, I think it's a good time. Let me pause real quick. Does anyone have any questions about the previous slides? And just give me a thumbs up if my audio has been fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Is it Kylie? Did I read that right?
Right.
Okay. So looking at the search bar, you want to, like I said before, make sure that it's visible and placed well. So it's always visible and accessible across devices. So sometimes people don't realize, you can have that sticky search bar. So that's a great thing. We recommend that. So you want to make sure it's well positioned on the site in the header, for instance. So if you have a sticky header, it'll stay locked there while they scroll throughout your site or product pages. It's a clear placeholder text to guide intent. And then for autocomplete and predictive suggestions, this is important because they can happen real-time suggestions as the user types. And you can see it could show the products and filter through the products as it is updating with the typing. You can show your trending products, categories, or even past searches if they are return customers. It accelerates the discovery, reduces the bounce rate, and also can help increase the decrease cart abandonment. So error tolerance and smart typo handling. So you want to be able to recognize misspelling and related terms, guide them to the correct questions. So you could do that by saying like, did you mean? So it increases the relevance, user engagement, and will decrease bouncing. And then within search results, relevance, and ranking, you can also, depending on the search that you're using, rank the results. So you can say this is our best sellers. We want to highlight these at the top and then have whatever the natural searches occur after that. So you can display relevant results based on the query or the intent, leverage users' behavior, and then you could also put in your filters, sort options, and product info within that. And what happens when there are no results? So, you want to make sure it's friendly, crisp messaging when there are no matches. You can offer alternative suggestions. So this way it'll prevent dead ends and reduce bounce rates. So you can redirect your customer. Maybe you don't have exactly what they're looking for, but you have something close. Put that closest, like next item in front of them. And then for search analytics and optimization, you can track your top searches, if there's any zero result terms, and the filter usage. It's great because this informs your merchandising, your SEO, and your product planning. And it enables continuous CRO improvements based on user behavior. So data is power. Look at how your users are using your site, the data behind it, and make those CRO improvements about it. So data is key. Focus on the data and the user interactions. So for search speed and UX flow, you want to make sure it's fast, responsive results without lag, and that it's rich previews. You can have a product image, pricing, ratings, but a sidebar to this, make sure it doesn't get cluttered. So if you are going to have the information, make sure it's clear, it's not cluttered, and it's easily digestible. And you want to have a quick view and add the cart from results. So if people see it right there, just boom, hit a button, it's in your cart, you can go to checkout, boom, that's money in your pocket. Happy customer. And now we'll look at the category pages.
Yeah, I can take it from here. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Karthik.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah. There were great insights on the home page and search. So we'll continue with the category page. On top of what Sean recommended for the search, we can also there are lots of tools available, which we will be discussing at the end of the session. So like, for example, if you need to do with AI capabilities on the search where you wanted to rank your products dynamically based on each search terms and you wanted to show the most relevant product onto the top, there are most prominent search engines available in the market which can accomplish that. Using your search, you can also convert your not just your search window, also your collection pages into a more modern and smart collection pages where you can merchandise your collection pages along with the search query results, where you can show more relevant product onto the top by dynamic merchandising and more personalized results based on what customers are searching on the search window. Okay. So that's another features. Like there are tools like Conversion Box, Algolia, DoFinder, Fast Simon. There are lots of search tools available which have like greater integration with most of the top platforms like Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento. Any platforms will be integrated with them seamlessly. So based on your needs, the number of products that you have, the industry that you serve, and the level of customization and AI capabilities that you need, we can determine the right tool of your choice and for your website, and we can integrate them as well. So having said that, let's move on to the collection pages or category pages. So category pages basically acts as a bridge or between your from the product discovery to the buying process. So if we enable the right features on your website for doing the proper product discovery pages, we can direct the customer to the collection or the category pages to the right category pages. And once they are in the category page, we have to make sure we give the right tools for them to filter down or sort the products based on their specific needs. Even merchandising can be applied here based on the previous, customer's browsing pattern, like what they've searched on the search query or the previous product pages they have visited. We can even customize or personalize the category pages. We can rank the products which are more relevant to the customer search, and we can bring them to the top. And if you wanted to do any promotions, we can also bring those products to the top. And on top of that, we have to make sure we have the right filters, and we give the all the basic sorting feasibility for the customer to narrow down their search for the most I mean for their requirement, like what they wanted to search on your website. Okay. Like, so these are the areas like where we will be able to narrow down the search. For example, the sort options, like not just price low to high, will also be able to add, depending upon each category, we can customize the sort options. And even this there we can enable search within the category. So like when someone is doing a filter, not just a filter, we can also add a search within the category set as well. Okay. And then we have to increase the mobile friendly filtering capabilities, because most of the shoppers are these days buying from mobile devices. Like traditionally, the data shows like 80%, 70 to 80% of shoppers are there in mobile. So whatever we do, it has to be optimized for mobile devices. So the filtering capabilities are very important. Some of the issues that we had with other clients on the conversion side is the filters are not as user friendly on the mobile devices. So customers, the navigation or usability of it is very difficult. So customers would have tough time to filter down the right product. So make sure the filter options are clear, and the user experience is simple for them to choose the filter options quickly for the on the category pages. And also, like the breadcrumb navigation and product grid optimization needs to be done. Like we have to create more smarter collections for the customer, not just based on what the category or subcategory that you have. Like depending upon these faceted navigations, we will be able to we have to create more product level attributes has to be brought into the filter section, so that customers or shoppers can create more specific collections based on their requirements. Okay. And also, like, these are some tips on like how we can do these implementations. Like the general, filters, like for any, like if you have price options, color options, all those, size options. It depends upon the industry and the product lines that you have. Like we have to put the product attributes on the filter section. We always give multi-select capabilities. So a shopper might be interested in two features together. So if you have only one selection, every time when they have to select option on the filter, the page will get refreshed. And if we make another selection, it will again refresh and they will lose the results based on the previous selection they made. So always enable multi-selection and try to group the products in customer grouping, and stick the filter on the left side, or if you're putting a top or filter on the top, or if you're putting the filter on the left side, make sure those bars are like sticky, because like we have seen websites like the filter bar stays on the left side only for the few product sets on the top, like first 4 to 6 rows, and after people scroll, the filter section will not be available for the customer. So make sure the filter section is always be sticky on the top or the left, wherever you have the filter bars. And the sort option should be more relevant based on what products or collections that you're selling. And default sort should align with the user intent and conversion goals. So mostly in most cases, the default sort will be like, price, load to eye, or or the new products will be shown on the top. So like we have to make sure those things, if they're relevant, we can have those sort options. If your categories need a different default sort option, make sure those things are properly set on your website. And as I said, like searching within the category, having a small search bar within the filter, and mobile friendly is definitely a thing that required on the category page filtering options. Okay. And top of that, like when you are on the product grid, make sure you have like consistent image sizes. So in some websites, we have like conversion issues. We have found based on the image size and that on the product title, the product grid sizes will change. Like one row will have like a bigger product image, and like there will be like 3 lines of text, so it will push the below product down. So those kind of inconsistencies will not give the shopper the a better branding experience. So try to keep the image sizes consistent. Always create borders around one product segment, where it have the product image, add to cart button, the product title, and the pricing of it. If it is a B2C website, or if it a B2B customer, like if you don't want to show the shop price of the product, like request a code button. So any aspects for that particular product should be put into like one box, or like borders, so that customers can easily differentiate one product with another product. Okay. And if you are in an industry like for example, like electronics, or some industrial products where people would like to compare two products together with one page, always try to have that compare option on the collection page itself. And you can also limit the number of products the customers can compare. So like when someone adds a product to the compare selection, we have to show the product that have been added to the compare selection either at the bottom or on the left panel. Okay. And always show the breadcrumb navigation on the top. Both this is very useful when you have in the mobile experience, because people will like to know if they go wanted to go back like 2 steps further down, right? If they're on the third subcategory page, and if they wanted to go back like 2 steps down, rather than going clicking the back button again and again, they can just click the navigation or on the breadcrumb, like which category or subcategory level they need to go, so that it takes them to that particular category pages. So these are very essential navigational experiences. On top of this, as I was explaining in the previous section, we can also enable AI tools to rank the products on the category, like merchandise them dynamically. And like the best selling products on that particular category will always be shown on the top. And if you're doing any promotions with add some tags, and those products can also always be on the top. So those either you can do manual merchandising or like dynamic merchandising through AI tools. So those things are readily available with many apps with Shopify and other major e-commerce platforms. Okay. I'll pass here if you have any questions so far. Okay. The next thing is the recommendations or the CRO breakdown on the product pages, right? So like if we have the right customers, and if we have the right product discovery tools, which we have discussed so far, then it's easy for us to take the customer to the right product pages. Now, the product page is where the decision is made. Like 70 to 90% the data shows like people will decide on the product page whether they are going to buy it, or bounce, or walk out from that website. So you need to create a highly converting product page. We have few examples I'll show you quickly at the end of this presentation. So these are the basic essential things that you need to have on a product page. Okay. So I have a questions. Any tools you recommend for category page merchandising? Yeah. So there are tools like I can put it on the chat, like Conversion Box, Algolia, Fast Simon. Like these are tools we have worked quite immensely, and they're quite it works very well for depends upon each of the customer needs, and they have like different price tags depends upon your volume of transactions. I mean volume of searches, and like the traffic that you have, the number of products that you have, and the feature set that you have, and your AI needs. We should be able to figure out the right tools for you. Okay. And so I was talking about the the product pages essentials. So you need to have the product title. The product should have a proper product information and discovery, like why someone need to buy that product. The key specifications needs to be highlighted on the above the fold area. Also, the specifications descriptions have to be separated. And if you have the visuals or images, and if you have videos, it has to be put at prominent places so that shoppers can easily understand what the product offerings are, right? And also the pricing is a key when it if you are giving any bundle pricing, or if you are giving any discounted pricing, those things have to be very well highlighted. And the add to cart button or any other call to actions on the product page, like request a quote, or like if you want to add it to a wish list, whatever is your primary call to action that you want the customer to do, make sure those call to actions are prominent, they are sticky. Wherever the user scrolls or goes up and down, the call to action button always follows them. And we have to do lots of even heat map analysis and A/B testing around these elements, because each shoppers are different, each industry is different. The data that we put on a product page, like the important thing that needs to be shown to the customers, we have to think it through from the customer perspective. Like for that particular product, what is the decision maker for a customer? So those kind of informations needs to be highlighted and brought to the customer on the above the fold areas. Okay. And trust elements like ratings and badges or testimonials, or even like if you're on the commercial, sorry, if you're on the consumer industry, any social media handles like Instagrams, Instagram images or Pinterest images of those specific products can also improve the conversions. And we have to be very clear on the return policies and shipping policies. And these days we are highly recommending FAQ section, not like the frequently asked questions sections, not just from the product conversion perspective, it is also for answer engines. We see that recently, like after ChatGPT introduction, there are lots of bot traffic happening on most of the e-commerce sites. These bot traffics or also healthy bot traffic, I would say. These are coming from different answer engines. They are trying to crawl your website, trying to get answers to the questions the customers are putting on those chat engines or AI engines. So we have to create contents in such a way we will be able to answer questions to the common customers, shoppers questions the customers might have. So when you have like better kind of sourcing, if ChatGPT or other AI engines can source your website for those content, it will definitely improve your organic traffic as well. And also there is a possibility they will source and give your website as references there. So we highly recommend introducing FAQ sections on the product pages. Okay. And personalizations and recommendations are these days becoming more and more essential after the AI tools. So like dynamic bundling, like based on what product the customers are viewing, and you can bundle related products together dynamically and show a dynamic bundling offer, or even the recommendations like the related items or other products that you are recommending. There are lots of AI tools available in the market. We highly recommend using, those personalized recommendation tools to show the most relevant products to the customer on the product pages. Okay. And obviously, we have to make sure it is mobile friendly and the performance are high. So because if the product pages load slowly, the every 3 seconds, the data shows like we lose 30% of the customers for every 3 second load, like increasing every like 2 or 3 seconds load times. So the product page load times are very essential. Any questions before we go to the checkout pages? Sounds good. I'll move on. So the last part of the information is the checkout, right? Checkout, obviously that is where lots of cart abandonments happens. There are multiple reasons for that. So we have to find out, we have to first make sure our checkout process is seamless, right? And it's easy for customer, within 2 to maximum like 2 pages, they'll be able to do a checkout from the cart to the checkout. So, and also make sure you have the trustworthy, the badges, whatever that you can put together on the checkout process. It will help the customer to make the buying easier, right? And the cart summary should be very clearly explained, like the number of products they have added, and the pricing, the bundle discounts, all those things have to be very clearly explained on the cart summary page. And then if you're doing any upselling or cross-selling, depends upon the cart value or the items that have added into the cart. Make sure those things are prominent and kept in proper locations on the cart page or on the checkout page. Okay. So we also found, adding the promo codes, people always have some difficulty, even if they have the right promo codes. Sometimes the field, the placement of the promo code field confuses customers. So try to make sure the promo code field is visible, and it's quite working effectively. Test it and make sure the promo codes are working effectively. And most of the cart abandonments happens for two reasons: the shipping cost, and at the end, like they don't have the payment integrations or the right payment, of their choices. So make sure you show the best shipping cost to the customers, and rather than just showing like standard shipping rates, if you could integrate with lots of shipping providers and show the best shipping rates, and the delivery times, the date that they will get the shipping, that is also really matters. So make sure that you put the right delivery date and shipping prices to the customers. And if possible, try to integrate the different payment methods for ease of payment access. For example, if you have more Apple users, so we can do Apple Pay integration, like, or Google Pay integration if they have your more mobile Apple Pay users. Okay. So it depends upon your industry. If you need guest checkout, we always recommend putting a guest checkout. But again, it varies, depends upon like with the product lines and customers. So, and accessibility wise, we have to do few A/B testing to make sure the placements of the fields are quite accessible to the customers. Okay. As I said earlier, add trust signals at proper places so that customers should not have any doubt or benefit of doubt. We need to give the customers so that they will abandon the cart. Okay. And most importantly, we always recommend collecting feedback from the customers on the checkout page. So if you could put an exit intent pop-up or any other ways, like during the checkout process, if you could collect feedback on, especially when they are abandoning the cart, right? If they have abandoned the cart, we need to find out the reason why they are abandoning the cart. So it can be put like through an accidental pop-up on the website itself, or if they have done the cart abandonment, we have to reach out to them in 2 to 3 days maximum. And the immediate thing should be done on the same day to collect feedback, like to understand their cart abandonment reason and reach out to them and see if that can be resolved from our end. Yeah, so these things I think we have already covered. Yeah. So any questions on the process so far, on the different engagement perspectives or improvements from the conversion standpoint that needs to be done across the major pages? Okay. So one quick, kind of a tidbit is like we always see there is a great improvement in conversions happens to our customer website when they have a proper product discovery process. Depends upon, like, what type of shoppers that you have, what products that you have. We have to make sure you give the right tools for the customer to the product discovery process. Like, if you're in the automotive industry, like having the right year, make, model choices or fitment details. And if you're in the consumer side industry, like adding a product finder quiz for the customers, for the shoppers to determine based on their answers, like we can take them to the corresponding collection pages. So, or all the different things that we already talked about, like filtering your search. So if you have the right tool set from the product discovery process, and if you could take the customer to the product pages, to the right product pages of their choices, the possibility of conversions are very high. So these are some of the, case studies, like things that, for example, on the product search, uh, like we like the real-time examples that have improved conversions. That is what we are going to show here. Like initially for this website, like we did some merchandising for them, showing the right search query suggestions based on what they are typing in. That has improved their conversions. Like people started seeing more relevant results, and we also did some search query suggestions for them, like based on what keyword they are typing in, like the possible search query suggestions that would come out of, based on this, the initial 2 or 3 keywords they are putting in, and then taking the customer to the more relevant product searches has improved their conversions from 20 to 20% on the Ecobella, which is one of the brands that we support. Okay. And having a smarter search functionality, better product recommendations, well, we have seen like 30% of the customers satisfactions improves when you have the better product personalized recommendations. Okay. So these are those. And images and videos are another areas, like we definitely give more importance. So like if you a very well managed image, and putting the images on the proper places, like for example, like let us show you the thumbnails of the images that you put on the left side of the product pages. We have to make sure that they are not entering in the the process of buying. So especially on mobile devices, we have to make sure when you have like larger images and you put one after the other, and it kind of makes the pages very lengthier. So make sure the images are the thumbnails or the images that you put are high quality and put them on right places. And the placement of videos are very important. If you have a video relevant to that particular product or about your brand, um, I mean, if it depends upon, again, like who the shoppers are, either you can put it on the above the fold area along with the image thumbnails, or we could create a dedicated section on the product page not just very down below the product page, like immediately after the above the fold area or the add to cart button, we can have a video that can visually help the customer to see and make a decision much quickly. So image galleries are very important, and so this is like color config is one of the customer pages which we making the image changes, we will be able to reduce the 18% reduction on their product page bounce rates. Okay. And pricing is another area that we do lots of research with our customers. We also if we also do a lot of competitive study with our customers if they are on the conversion side. We make sure we show the customer the right, if the price, sometimes if you're doing premium products, the pricing might be high compared to your competitions, but we have to convey that message to the customers, like why your pricing is high, or if your pricing is very competitive. And even in that case, we have to make sure people don't think that we are selling a low quality product. So we have to help understand the customer what the strategy behind the pricing. And also, like, we need to do research with customer, competitor pricing. And we there are also tools available which will help you to understand put the right pricing for your products based on your profit margins. Okay. So this is another example where we were able to, based on few pricing changes, on like we are able to increase the checkout rate by 17%. One of our customers called Fab Habitat. And call to actions on the P2P on the product page is very keen. So like, putting a bigger call to action, a sticky call to action. Like if you see a comparison between the old, design and the new design, where the swatch buttons are added and the bigger add to cart on the above the fold area, this itself has improved the engagement on the click through rate on the add to cart button on this product page. So yeah, trust elements, like putting them on the right places, again, like helps customers to boost the conversion. So like these are some examples of adding the trust element. This is the old previous version of the page, and this is the new version. Like, adding the trust elements here, it again depends upon like the product lines, your industry, your shoppers. We have to see like where we need to place them. So we do lots of A/B testing and heat map analysis to come up with all these, putting them on the right places, and do some analysis to make sure it really helps on the conversion side. So we recommend always doing analysis on the back end whenever you make a change to the product pages, to really understand whether that's adding value to the conversion proposition. So there are tools like Microsoft Clarity, which is a free heat map tool you can use. And if you're depends upon what platform you're using, there are lots of A/B testing tools also available in the market. And obviously, like shipping, returns, and FAQs, having a proper, helping them, like, from this kind of a navigation, like converting them like this, explaining all those specifications, separating the shippings and returns into a separate tab, help the customers to quickly understand their return policies, shipping policies, and that also help the customers to make decisions much faster from the conversion standpoint. And this is an example of a sticky add to cart button. Like, though there is an add to cart button on the top, still there is a sticky add to cart button always stays at the bottom wherever the user scrolls. Okay. Yeah, personalization and recommendations is something that is getting more and more essential these days with lots of AI tools in place. So it is also not very complex, because personalization, like, 1 year before, 2 year before, it was a complex customization that you need to do. But after all those AI tools, which are making those process much easier, so there are lots of tools available, which we can also send you a tool set for depends upon like your needs. Along with this presentation, you can review them. So it depends upon like what they are searching, how they are browsing, what categories they are going in, what products they are viewing. We can completely personalize the website. We can create like segments inside the website to show more more personalized product recommendations, dynamic bundling. Even some cases we also uh, the discounts or offers based on the customer. Personalized offers, personalized discounts can also be provided. Depends upon the customer behavior on the website. Right. So again, like this is another customer Franson collection. Like we made most of the product page changes alone as improved their conversions. So this is the mobile version. Like earlier they had like bigger thumbnail images which was converted into like this with highlighting the benefits that has improved the conversions to a greater extent. So these are some data we will be sharing with this. Like if you can go through and if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us. And yeah, that's pretty much from our side for today. So along with this presentation and recording, we'll also be sending you the relevant AI tools on all of these areas that we discussed today. So you can review, and if you have any questions, we'll be able to answer at any time. Okay. So we also have like there is one of our supporting tools called Conversion Box, like partner tool. They are also combined with us. We will be able to provide a discounted a 60-day free trial for using Conversion Box with all the AI personalization, search, merchandising option. If you're interested, you can mail to us, and we will be able to reach out to Conversion Box team and add that on your website. And then we can also conduct a free audit of your current website from the conversion standpoint, and we can provide our reports as well. We'll send you all those promotion codes and links for setting up the meeting following up this call. Yeah. So I have one question. Aileen says, how can I reach you? I'm putting my email address on the chat. I will also send, we will also be sending the recordings as well as all the things that I talked about in an email. So you can also, there will also be a calendar link. You can also book a 30 minutes call, a discovery call with us. We'll be able to analyze your website and give a more personalized recommendations on your website as well. That's pretty much it. Sean, you want to add anything?
So, no, I think you covered everything. Thank you, Karthik.
Sounds good. Right. Thanks very much, Aline, and thanks everyone for joining the webinar. As I said, we'll be look out for the email from our for the presentation recording and the tools links here. And if you have any questions and if you want to book a meeting, you can click the link and we'll talk. We'll meet you with another webinar. Okay. Have a great
Thank you,
day.
everyone.